Hello everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage. So I'm outside on the front porch and I'm getting ready to pick some roses here in the front yard, right there. And I wanted to tell you, so I'm kind of excited. Our town is having a flower show at the Performing Arts Center, which is in walking distance of our house. And it's on May 2nd, and it has to be homegrown flowers. And it's nothing super fancy, not a rigid competition on flowers or anything, because I would fail. But just something nice so people can display their homegrown flowers. And these roses that I have are pretty beautiful, so let me show you. Okay, so here they are. This is the prettiest one. This is the one I wanted to pick today. So hopefully by May 2nd, and I'm confident I will have some because I have a lot of buds getting ready to open. I will have at least maybe about 3 to display in the flower show. These are this beautiful like salmon egg color. It's like a vibrant peachy coral color. So pretty. And I think these will be just so nice and fun. I've never done anything in a flower show. So I'm out here just picking a couple because if I don't pick them, they just kind of wither away kind of fast, you know how it is. And I love to enjoy them and take them in the house. So let me get to cutting a couple. So we got our second batch of apples. That's a big batch there. These were up high. I couldn't reach them. Gus had to get them. So this is our second batch, and it looks like we're going to get about 3 batches from the look of the tree. So that's not bad. And Gus wants, maybe I'll make an apple pie. This looks like a good amount to make an apple pie. We've already had apple crisp, but we'll see. But yeah, I think we're getting a little bit more than we got last year, which is very nice. Okay, so I'm on the deck. I got the camera set up so it's farther away. It looks farther away than it is, so that way you can see what I'm talking about. But we got this folding screen here to put here just to create some privacy. And I just thought it would look so nice. And I'm going to hang some lights on there, some solar powered lights. And I bought some faux flowers in there. And these are just some plants that I've had. And of course I dry my laundry out here. And I have this area over here. And I recently just cleaned up the deck and rearranged everything, but I'm going to add something. So I have this big old iron baker's rack that I've had for many years, and it's just been sitting on the side of the house and I haven't been using it. So I think I'm going to put it right here and rearrange these plants here. And that way I can start growing some more plants and starting some seeds and whatever in this area as well. And there's the garden over there. Now, mind you, everything looks a little farther away than it normally does, but my son just mowed the grass and everything looks so nice. We've been piddling out here and getting things tidy. You know, this spring weather is so nice. You have to take advantage. And I love being outside when it's like this. So now I'm just going to get to work and rearrange and decorate. Okay, all done. Now the only thing I need to do is start getting more plants. Let me show you what I've done. Okay, so I got the camera set far back. And here is the baker's rack that I've had for a very long time, like 25 years or more. Roman was a little boy, little thing, when we found it on the side of the road, and we've had it all these years. And the funny thing is, it's always been outside. Never used it in the house. It's even got these things down here to put wine. So it's a really nice baker's rack. And we put the weight on there, so just in case it tips over, which it would have to be a very strong windstorm or an earthquake. And once I start putting more dirt in there and start filling in those boxes and planters, it's just going to look so nice, and it'll weigh it down even more. And here is where I put the stuff that was here. Just move the focal point over here to the corner and move my little duck from out there in the yard over here. And then I have a chair that Gus and I picked up at the thrift store. It's starting to show its weathered look, which is okay. Just need to get a nice little pillow or put something in there. And I had a pillow in there, a seat cushion, but it molded. And then I have this, and then I have this little area over here. And here is the lawn furniture. I've had this little love seat, outdoor love seat for a long time, over 20 years. And I just put the sheet over it because it's rattan plastic and it's starting to come apart, but it's still sturdy enough to sit in. So that's just going to be the way that is for a while. And let me sit down and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm sitting down. I have a little table here, and then this area, which will be so nice with the solar lights. And the dogs like to go in and out through there. Then we have this little walkway here. And I'm still planting and growing things. And then I have these 2 steps here, but I need to get one of these taken away. This morning when I was planting, over here is where I kind of stand and planted my seeds. Oh, the Lilu's barking. I stepped on that thing and just about fell over. Luckily, I didn't. So let me show you what Gus and I picked up at the trash today. So the neighbors down the road, she is a garden lady too. She's got a lot of really cute things out in the front yard. And she has a little stand where she gives away free plants, usually succulents. And she was throwing these away. We saw our neighbor across the street. He had one. And we're like, oh, she had multiple ones out there. So we took 2. We took this green one. And we took this little yellow one here with legs. So it is going to look so cute with some flowers growing in it. I had some plans to put flowers out here. But I just never got around to it because it's hard to get up, to pull up the grass and everything. I have a tough enough time hoeing the garden. So this is perfect because it fits there so nicely. And then I'll probably put something here, and then with some solar lights, it'll look nice. And here's the garden. So let me tell you what happened with my garden. This year, I thought, because I did do it one year, I did it last year, where I just sowed some seeds in the ground. The first time I sowed it, I just put it in the ground because I did hoe the soil and it was soft, but nothing came of it. I started to see a little bit. Oh yeah, I did get squash. They're over there. And let me zoom in so you can see. I did get squash. The second time I used some potting soil, thinking that the seeds would go through that. They'd sprout easier with the potting soil. And I did start to see some, but then I didn't see them come to fruition. And I did spot a roadrunner in here one day, pecking at the ground. So I don't know if he's the reason. But so I have decided, that's why I showed you, I decided to start using the greenhouse to sprout the seeds and then plant them in the ground this year. We're going to give that a try. And you can tell I need to come in here and hoe. So, and then back there I have some vines and things that I'm trying to propagate. Some things over here. I would love to get this wall covered with like an arch with some morning glory or something on there. So that's what's going on in the garden. I'm sort of tempted to put these in the flower show tomorrow. They are just so beautiful. Look at that. And this one is like absolutely perfect. So I might put these in the flower show, but I know that color that I have in the front yard. Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I planted this. I got this at a yard sale, and it was just super short. And this thing just took off. Look at that. I have another one coming. And I put it over here next to the lavender. The lavender is just growing so nicely. We had to trim it a big portion because it was growing out too far, and Roman couldn't come in from his apartment. But look at the bees. They love it. I'm just about ready to sneeze. I've been sneezing for 2 days. I have some allergy pills, but I try not to take them until I really need them. Look at that bee. Let's see if I can zoom in. And over here, this is a shade garden. And I have a few things growing, and I took a few things out, and you can tell that I need to do some weeding. And have that growing in this little mini wheelbarrow. And this old statue that Gus found in the trash. I had some plants growing on there, but I took those down. And so, but this is really nice. And I want to have more pots in here that are growing shade plants. And I have this growing up there, and that's taking off. So I really enjoy that. But there is always something to be doing out here, always. Here is our lemon tree. We have a ton of lemons. Here's the artichoke. This whole area drives me nuts. I have to spend a good afternoon in here pulling all of this up. It always grows back when the rains come, the weeds and stuff. And I tried to get rid of this artichoke. You know, it's nice having artichokes, but this is a kind of a pain in the butt plant. And I have pulled it out and it grows back. Don't know if we're going to get any artichokes. I don't see any growing so far, but they tend to come around in the summer. So that's what's growing over here. This is our giant palm tree. It keeps going. There's the top. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what's been going on here at Dandelion Cottage. Spring has sprung, and it's just so much fun just being outside, enjoying this nice weather, cooler temps because it's not summer yet, thank heavens. and just getting the yard, you know, getting all of these things done is just, I just love it. And of course, planting my seeds. I'm a little late, but we live in Southern California, so I'm not worried. I'm sure that I will have lots of vegetables because the weather stays nice here all the way up until November, to be honest. And so anyway, stay tuned. The next video is going to be the little flower show. Nothing big, just me showing off some flowers with the rest of our town's residents, showing off their homegrown flowers. So stay tuned for that, and lots of love and blessings to everybody, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.